Kira, taken aback, asks Isagi what he has done. Isagi, who is also stunned, apologizes to Kira and informs him that the game is over because the ball arrives so quickly. Igo then reappears on the screen and declares that Kira has been expelled. Shocked and enraged by the outcome, Kira confronts Igo, telling him that he is destroying Japan's future and instructing him to expel Igarashi or Izadi instead. Kira then inquires as to the purpose of the game and informs him that tag is not football. Igo responds that everything they do at Blue Lock is related to football and tells Kira to take a look around him. He then claims that the room has the same proportions as the penalty area and that 75% of goals are scored from there, making it a striker's domain. He also stated that anyone who cannot survive in those conditions is unfit to be a striker. Kira then responds that the term tag has nothing to do with football. Igo responds that tactical awareness or positioning is a skill required by the fleeing side. The pursuer, on the other hand, requires not only accurate dribbling but also precision to make shots, which is ideal in football training. Kira screams angrily that he can't expect to know everything in under 2 minutes and that football lasts more than 90 minutes. Igo responds that the average time a player has possession of the ball during a match is approximately 136 seconds, and they were given the same opportunity in the tag game. Kira, still perplexed, tells Igo what he expects him to do in 10 seconds. Igo responds if that is what he would say if it were a genuine match. Kira was then kicked off the team. Kira was stunned and unable to respond. Igo then reappears, plays the scene, and informs Kira that he has 1 second to survive by shooting it at the injured Igarashi. Nonetheless, he squandered his opportunity. Igo then imagines himself in the middle of a football game, standing in a penalty area. When this happens, his teammate's shot misses the goal and hits his body. He had already given up, but he didn't notice that the ball had fallen in front of him by chance, and that if he had just tapped the ball, he would have been saved from his own mistake. Igo then tells us that the one in the tag, the one with the ball, gets to choose who they want to win, but also who they want to lose, and that a striker bears all responsibilities on his back and is the one who attacks until the very last second. He then mentions Izzy, who aims for injured instead. Igarashi chose to defeat those who are superior to him. And Bachira, with the initiative to seek out the strongest player, are prime examples of people who, rather than doing what is best for their team, have the tenacity and courage to pursue their own desires. And that is the egoism Igo seeks. Kira is then expelled by Igo. Kira still can't believe he's free. When Isagi calls him, Kira gives him an angry look and walks out of the facility. Isagi looks at Bachira and wonders why he hit Kira. He then approaches him and asks why the ball was passed to him, implying that if he didn't hit it, Bachira would be expelled. Bachira responds that he thought he was going to kick it, so he passed it, and tells IGI that results are everything. He tells Isagi that he won because he believed him. Igarashi then declares that it is all nonsense from start to finish. When Igo hears this, he agrees that it is illogical, but so is the world, whether you win or lose. And that, while they get excited about mediocre victories, true strikers must win or lose everything every single day in order to survive. He then asks how it felt for them to be in true danger and tells them that the football they've played, their lives are for weaklings, and tells them about the feeling of victory. Igo then declares that the remaining players have passed the entrance test and that their room can only accommodate 11 people, and the Blue Locks team will consist of 11 players: Jingo Reiji, Wataru, Kwan, Okuhito, Aman, Mude, Imamura, Asahi, Narahaya, Jin, Gagamaru, Gurumu Igarashi, Hayoma, Chidri, Rensa Kunigami, Meguru Bachira, and Yoichi Isagi. Team C is going through their routine, which includes running and jumping tests. Meal time follows training. Other players appear to be sleeping, but Isagi appears to be too nervous to sleep. He then decided to practice, which is when he met Bachira. They chose to play a one-on-one game. Isagi asks Bachira if he passed to him because he believes Isagi will get rid of Kira. Bachira responded that he has a monster inside him who told him to pass to Isagi because he, too, has a monster inside him. Isagi was told by Bachira that he is glad he came to Blue Lock because he met him. Team Z's entire roster was summoned to the room for a ranking announcement. Igarashi dropped from 300 to 275 points. Isagi's rank has increased from 299 to 274. Ego talked about the Blue Lock, which is divided into 5 different strata, and here are 25 teams ranging from Z, with each set living in the same conditions 5 times. There are only 275 players left after the game of tag. The first choice was then made public somewhere in Japan. The Football Journal is conducting an interview with Itoshi, a 17-year-old Japanese midfielder who despises football in Japan. Despite his lack of interest in Japanese football, he is already a member of the Japan national team. Itoshi makes a bold statement and promptly exits the interview, stating that it is unimportant to him. It is revealed that Itoshi is only in Japan to renew his passport, but on his way out of the building, he comes across a press conference for Blue Lock. Reporters pepper Unri and Hirotashi with questions about Blue Lock's realism and dependability, and Unri responds confidently that Blue Lock will succeed and definitely fix Japan's broken soccer by creating a hero. This piques Itoshi's interest. The first option is thoroughly explained. The 5th straightens 5 teams will compete in a Robin tourney, with only the top 2 teams advancing to the second round. Another way to advance is to be your team's leading scorer and most dominant player. Tourney rankings are based on points awarded based on game outcome. A win is worth 3 points, a draw is worth 1 point, and a loss is worth 0 points. In addition, the number of points lost by is considered when ranking teams with the same number of points. Team Z is taken aback when they realize they must play together to advance, and they begin debating who plays what position. Back in the conference room, Unri discusses the history of Japanese football and how Japan has come so far and so close to winning the World Cup, but has always fallen short. The dream of being the best in the world has been resurrected with Blue Lock. A hero must be born who will lead Japan to victory. Blue Lock, a facility crammed with people who want nothing more than to be the best, will give birth to that hero. At that point, Itoshi tells his manager to cancel all of his plans because he wants to see what kind of player Blue Lock can create, and the anime ends. Until the next time, take care, stay safe.